execution is brilliant, but there's no passion in your play.
So much for prayers. Maybe what you need is a change of scenery.
So, what brings you to Ireland?
A semester abroad program at my college. Beckett rush.
Jeez, I've gotten this far without being bothered, all right?
What are you doing here?
Well, I'll be staying here for the next few months while we film. Who knows, maybe we'll run into each other in a pub somewhere.
I seriously doubt that.
Rose, congratulations on this movie.
Thank you so much.
Jedidiah, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Brian, congratulations on this film.
Well, thank you so much, Kiyra. Thanks for having me on to chat with you. This will be...
I would love to know some of the challenges of adapting such a well-loved book into a screenplay, and then, you know, that journey of taking it from the page to the film.
Yeah. No, it's always a challenge, and it's they're different mediums, right? A novel is very different than a movie, and so obviously you'll have to make some changes. But I'm always listening to that voice in my ear of the most ardent fans of the book, and trying to get the heart of it in there. And then I also got to work and run things by the author as well, and just make sure they were okay. And Jenny B. Jones was great to work with, and just so open-minded and was very flexible, which was great, because you do have to do a decent amount to make things work as a movie. But overall, it was a really great process.
Finley goes through this really intense audition process to try to get into the conservatory. I would love to know about your audition process for the role of Finley.
Yeah, gosh, every audition is overwhelming, and honestly, it has a lot to, very similar to that kind of feel that we see Finley in the beginning of the film. And so I think it was really easy to draw from that for that particular scene, because auditions are always terrifying and they're so scary. But I also happen to know the director, Baugh, who I'd worked with before, so that made it really easy. Brian he's just a passionate, amazing director, so he made it really easy to feel at home and feel comfortable.
When we first meet Beckett, he's introduced as, this super famous celebrity, fans screaming and mobbing him at the airport. And we also find that he is navigating his public and private personas. You, having been part of some pretty big franchises, talk to me about being able to relate to Beckett in that sort of aspect.
I certainly haven't had to deal with much, like people don't recognize me at all. So I'm lucky there, or unlucky depending on what your version is. But I've been around some people that definitely have to deal with that, and just seeing how they navigate it and stuff like that, and some of the stuff they have to deal with, and just the workload. Like it's a lot. Fans coming up to you and that stuff is one thing, but the amount of stuff you are doing as like the number one on the call sheet, let's say, is you're working from sun up to sundown until the thing's done. So, yeah, I have a lot of respect for those people, and I think I learned from the other people that I've seen deal with that. I kind of tried to use a little bit of that in my character.
I heard Beckett rushes at the airport. Do you like him?
Not really my type. It's so good to have you. We're running a bed and breakfast. Would you mind taking this to the gentleman in the corner? You?
Are you stalking me?
Why is Beckett rush in the dining room?
What?
Nora, dear. Give me jam for the scone.
Yeah, sure, love.
Cheers. Trust me.
I don't.
Is that Beckett rush?
Come on.
If it isn't my favorite fella.
Drinks are on me!
I'm told we've got a fine young fiddle player in the audience.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, just after you play.
Now, it doesn't matter what the notes are, it's how you play them.
Finley Sinclair, you're actually not so bad when you decide to have some fun.
You're not so bad yourself.
But we don't even like each other.
We're just too different.
Ireland. Can we talk about Ireland? Because it was like its own character within this movie. Had you been there before? And, let me know, tell me a little bit about some of your experiences while not being on the set.
I was actually fortunate enough to go to Ireland several years ago when I graduated high school. I had the opportunity to go and visit it and kind of experience that culture. So that was amazing. And being able to go back was absolutely incredible. We got to spend so much time in the countryside and jumping off piers into the Irish Sea and exploring castles. So I truly do feel like I got the real Irish experience while being there.
Really, really talented folks. So I think that's always there was only a few of us, a few producers and a handful of actors and myself that came over. And so we were getting to know everybody brand new. And that's always, you couldn't be worried about it, but it was so great. They welcomed us with such open arms. It ended up to be just such a fantastic experience. So other than that, all we did was battle the weather, and everything else was great.
That violin playing, please tell me that was you, because it was so convincing.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you think it was convincing, because we did work so hard on it. It was me playing, but I did not play the violin before, so I spent months learning how to play just these few songs. Yeah, it was wild. My violin coach absolutely knocked the cover off the ball. Like, she worked with me countless hours to prepare me for this. And I hope that we do justice to the musicians who play this instrument and the violinists who have worked their entire lives and careers to, blow right past me, of course, because I played for like 3 days. But I have so much respect for the people who can play this instrument.
I would love for you to give me your 10-second elevator pitch as to why people need to go to the theaters and stream Finding You on May 14th.
Okay, so the reason people need to go see this movie on May 14th or stream it afterwards is because it's the perfect movie to watch right now. We filmed it pre-pandemic, so there's, none of that is in the air. It's a lighthearted, romantic comedy that is going to pull you away and give you a trip to Ireland without actually going.
There's the real Beckett. She doesn't understand our life.
We should probably keep all this between you and me. I'm just trying to protect you.
He's living 2 lives. He can't decide which one he wants.
If you really care about him, don't get in the way.
You just gotta trust me.
I try.
He's a good boy. I can spot a bad one a mile away.
Life rarely works out the way we plan it. You've got to learn to play the sorrow as well as the joy. You can't have one without the other.